How to Prospect Without Being Salesy. I'm just going to go over a few things that I've learned, and maybe it can help somebody else. If you'd like to learn more about network marketing or business tactics or leadership, I'm going to start training and teaching on some of those things. So please subscribe to the channel and then watch any of the videos that you think are applicable to you. So the first thing, if you want to prospect without being salesy or pushy, the first thing that I think you need to do is to practice it. You know, we all want to go into something and just know how to do it from the beginning, and the fact of the matter is you can't. You have to practice, and when you practice and you do it wrong, that's when you'll learn what works and what doesn't sound right and how to do it right. And so that's one thing that I will say: do it. Even if you sound salesy, even if you are pushy, then just do it anyway. I remember one time I was prospecting somebody that I knew, and I said to them, yeah, nobody wants to be that guy. You know, I'm doing network marketing. Nobody wants to be that guy, but it's a really good opportunity. And just some of the ways that I worded stuff, it was through Facebook, because that's how we communicate. I just realized when it was done, like I totally turned the guy off, and I was being that guy, even though I didn't want to be that guy. But that's how you learn. So just, you got to stumble through it, and when you fall down, get back up and do it again. The biggest reason that people don't succeed in network marketing is they don't take the action, and there's all kinds of reasons that hold them back. So the second thing that you need to do to prospect without being pushy is have belief. So you have to have enough belief to take action, and maybe I should have put belief first. Once you believe in it, then you take action, and if you mess it up, that's fine, but you got to believe in your products. You have to believe in the industry, because if you don't believe in the industry, you're not going to do it. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's silly. The amount of money that this industry pays for pushing juice or, you know, health products, energy drinks, all that kind of stuff, it's ridiculous. But it's because of the way the model is worked out, where they can pay really large sums of money because you're getting a little sliver off of large organizations. So sometimes I just tell people, yeah, it's dumb. It's kind of a dumb thing, but people are making really good money. So would you like to take a look? And that's something that you have to get over time. You know what fixes belief is actually just taking action. Because if you don't believe that you're not going to be able to be successful and you don't start taking action, you don't build that belief. You continue to believe you're not going to be successful, and so you shouldn't try. But if you take action and then you build on that, you suddenly, when you started taking action 2, 3, 4 days in a row, and you start building up some resistance and some tolerance, and you start honing your skills in a little bit better, then you kind of start thinking, hey, maybe I can be successful at doing this. You know, maybe I am gonna at least make a little bit of money. And so that's how you build your belief, by taking action. So either way, take action, good or bad. Build your belief. Read good books to build your belief. You know, it's really interesting. I work in education, and sometimes I tell kids when they think that they can't do something, I say, if you think about it, if you go back in time to when you were younger, you were born into this world, you had no language ability whatsoever, right? And you couldn't even think in complex ideas until you're probably 15 years old at least, you know. But in those first few years of your life, your brain, everyone's brain, if you did this, if you're watching this video, your brain did this. It listened to sounds, and it read the body language of people and the facial expressions of people and what people's actions were before and after words. And it took the entire the entire English language, if you're an English learner, and it just filed it away in a way that you understand the English language, and you started to speak. You learned a word here, a word there. You started forming them into sentences. Nobody taught you how to do that. Your brain automatically put it all together, right? We are programmed to learn. So if you're doing something, you're going to learn, but you're not going to learn if you're not doing it. You learned how to walk. You learned how to speak, right? If you come from a multilingual family, you learn 2 languages. And they say that our brain capacity only uses a small amount of what goes into it. And I really believe that's true. So, I know people that speak 6 or 7 languages. So it's really important that you believe that you can do this, and then that you take the action. And if you're taking the action and you're trying to get better and you're reading and working on your skills, you are going to get better. Here's the thing that you don't have as a kid, as a little toddler. You never question whether you can do something, so you just do it, right? You never question whether you'll ever learn how to walk. So you go down, you get back up. You go down, you get back up. You go down, you get back up. You go down and hit your head and cry and run to your mommy, and you get back up. Because it never dawns on you, hey, maybe I'm never going to learn how to walk, right? Same thing if you teach a kid how to swim. They struggle, but they don't quit because they just think it's part of the process, and they know they're going to learn how to swim at the end. But then you have adults who can't swim because they think that they don't know how to swim and it's not possible for them. Everybody can swim. You just have to learn, right? What's another example as a kid is talking. It never dawns on a kid that they're not going to be able to, if they could comprehend how much they're doing and how much it's going to take to learn the English language, they probably would never learn it. But their brain doesn't know that it's a hard task, so they just do a little bit every day, and they automatically are constantly trying to learn something, and before they know it, they know the whole English language. So just don't overthink it. That's one of the biggest problems of network marketing, is we overthink it. We go to all these trainings, there's lots of rah-rahs, we read books, we do. But at the end of the day, the reason people aren't successful usually is a mindset thing. It has nothing to do with their skills. It has to do with how much action they take, how much income producing activity they do. I've met people who could blow this thing up because they've been in careers where they've gotten really good at dealing with people, but for whatever reason they can't get past either the fact that it's network marketing and they're doing it, or they can't get past a couple people that said no to them. And then I've met people who really aren't that skilled, but they built a business because they have the courage to go take the action. So, God created everyone with a special, unique set of gifts, and He created you that way, and you have some gifts that you can leverage to build a business and to help other people. And the biggest reason to do it for, whatever your dream is, whatever reason you want to do it for, at the end of the day, the biggest reason to do it is because when you have financial freedom, you'll be able to bless other people. You'll be able to make a difference in the things that you're passionate about. So if you want to help orphans, if you want to help, people that are struggling with anxiety or depression, if you want to help the homeless, if you want to go overseas and build orphanages, if you want to build schools, there's so many things that you can do if you have money that you can't do if you don't have money. So have belief in yourself, take action either way, and then the best way to not be salesy or pushy is to be authentic. And being authentic just means that you're not saying things that aren't true to you. You're not trying to be if you're an over the top person and you're very bold and very loud and boisterous, then be bold and boisterous. Just be yourself. If I'm more calm, relaxed, a little reserved when it comes to people. So that's how I build my business when I'm talking to people. If I get excited naturally, then that comes out, but I don't try to excite myself, or I don't try to be something that I'm not. So just be who you are. And if something starts sounding weird, for me, I just say, yeah, this is getting kind of weird. This is, if I'm explaining the business to someone and they start getting antsy, I say, look, I know it seems like you're getting antsy, and it seems like it's getting kind of weird, and I don't want it to get weird. We're friends. I don't want this to be weird. So here's what I'm going to do. And I kind of move it in a different direction, So that's something that you can just work on as you build your business. So, I'll tell you some of the things that I've used that have worked for me. If it's somebody I'm joking around a lot with, sometimes I'll tell them, hey, you want to join my legal pyramid? You want to take a look at it? And they're like, what are you talking about? Well, number one, it takes away the pyramid argument, because I just called it a pyramid. I know it's not a pyramid, but they don't know the difference between a pyramid and a network marketing thing. To them, when they say pyramid, they're just looking at something that looks like this. The other thing that I've used is the weird thing. I say, look, I'm gonna follow up with you in 2 days. If I feel like they're not, what actually, when I present something to somebody and I show somebody the plan, show them how it works, you never know how people are gonna react. And sometimes they get weird. They ghost you. They stop taking your calls, all that kind of stuff. So I tell them before they leave me, look, I'm gonna follow up with you. I don't care what you decide as far as you. I mean, I would like to work with you, but it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm not gonna take it personal, but just don't make it weird. You don't start ignoring my text, not calling me back. But just so you know, in a couple days, I'm gonna call and expect an answer. So if it's a no, just tell me no right now, because I would rather you make a decision right now and it be no than for things to get weird with us, because your relationship is important to me. So that's something that you can use. All right, just to recap, how do you prospect people without being pushy or salesy? Number one, you gotta have belief in your business. You gotta have belief in the industry, and you gotta have belief in yourself. Because if you don't have belief, you're not gonna take action, which is step two. Step two is you gotta practice. You're going to be pushy and salesy, probably in the beginning, until you get better at it. And as you get better at it and you have more practice, then you'll be less pushy and less salesy. And number three, what you always want to focus on is being authentic. Okay, call it how you see it. If something's weird, say this is getting weird. If you feel like somebody's getting uncomfortable, say, look, it seems like you're getting uncomfortable. I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. So just call it how you see it. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. And if you do those three things, have belief, take action, and be authentic, then it won't be long before it's much easier to prospect, because you're not trying to be incongruent with yourself. So I hope this was helpful to somebody. The video itself probably wasn't that great, because I'm still figuring out how I'm going to do a video a week, so there's not going to be a whole lot of editing to this. However, I hope the information was good, and I hope it helped somebody. If this is the kind of stuff you want to learn more about, please subscribe to the channel, like this, make some comments. When you make a comment, I kind of get to see who you are, and we can connect on Facebook sometimes. I just like to know my audience the best that I can. So, make a comment sometime, and I will see you on the next video. Good luck and God bless.